Okay, so good morning and welcome back to your biology practical class. And today, in my previous class, I have discussed about the different parts of a compound microscope, and today I will discuss about the next practical of your syllabus, that is about some identification. So, in your syllabus, in the study or observation of the following or the spotting part, the next part is specimens or slides or models and identification with reasons. Bacteria, Oscillatoria, Spirogyra, Rhizopas, mushroom, yeast, liverwort, moss, fern, pine, one monocotyledonous plant, one dicotyledonous plant and one lichen. Okay, so these are under this part 2, under the part B, practical number 2. Okay, so after the, ma'am, I got 90. Okay, very good, Dia. So, you have today I will show you some of them. Okay, so how you have to write it down? First you have to write down the aim or heading of the practical, and as you know that this is the study of specimens and identifications with reasons. Okay, so what you have to do on the day of your exam, I will provide you a specimen like this. Okay, it may be like this, or it may be a slide, or it may be like this type of specimen. So on the top of the specimen it will be remarked like that. Like here you can see it is written as E1. Okay, so it may be written as A1, B1, C1, D1. Okay, so like that it will be marked. So first what you have to do, you have to write down the sample number or specimen number, that means A1 or B1. After that you have to write down the identifying characters, that means the characters by which you are identifying the what is the name of the specimen. Okay, so after writing the identifying characters, minimum you have to write down 3 to 4 identifying characteristics. Okay, and you have to draw the diagram of the specimen, and most importantly you have to label it. Without labeling you will not get full marks. Okay, so you have to label the diagram, and after that you have to conclude like that. Hence the given specimen or hence the given sample is dash. Dash means whatever you will get you have to write it down. Like if you get the mushroom, then you have to write down hence the given sample is mushroom. Okay, I am repeating. How will you write? So at the in the exam, on the day of your examination, I will provide you a extra white page for writing the identification part. So first the specimens will be kept on the table and it will be marked as A, B, C, D, and the actual name of the specimen will be covered with the black paper, and you have to first write down the specimen number A1 or B1 or C1, then you have to write down the identifying characters, and after that in the next para you have to give a dash, small dash, then you have to write down hence the given sample or hence the given specimen is mushroom. This is the right way, and you have to draw the diagram on the right side and you have to label it. Okay, so if you do like this way, only that time you will get the full marks, else the marks will be deducted. Okay, so this is very very important for your practical examination, for particularly the identification part. Okay, so today I will show you some of them. So for this practical, what are the materials required? So some prepared slides or specimens will be provided, and record file, a pencil, eraser, a sharpener, a laboratory or practical book. These are the requirements for this practical. So what is the procedure for performing this practical? So first you have to study the specimens of organism. Okay, and you have to listen carefully the whatever I will tell you, and you have to note it down in your practical rough notebook, and you have to draw the diagram, and you have to observe the slide or the specimen very carefully, and you have to draw whatever is visible. Okay, whatever you will see in the specimen, you have to draw it like this. Okay, and you can take the help of the practical book for the if any correction is required in the labeling for the diagram, and you have to label the diagram properly. Okay, so for the practical copy, you have to draw the diagram on the left white page, and you have to write down the characteristics on the right page. But on the day of your examination, you have to perform it like that way which I have discussed. Okay, from any store, okay, you will get it very easily. So, and already I have mentioned the name of the book in the e-portal, you can check it. It's a comprehensive laboratory manual biology for class 11. Okay, so today let me show you first the mushroom. Okay, so just check it. This is the mushroom. Can you see it properly? Okay, very good. Check it very carefully. So this is the mushroom. Now you have to know. Okay, if I keep it there, you can't be able to see it. Okay, leave it. So now you have to know the mushroom, about the mushroom. So it comes under the kingdom fungi, and its scientific name is genus. That means genus name is Agaricus and species name is Compestris. Okay, so mushroom is the common name and the scientific name is genus Agaricus compestris. Okay, so Agaricus species. So what are the identifying features it is having? So this is a saprophyte, and it grows in humus rich soils, rotting wooden log, piles of straw. Okay, so this is the habitat for this particular mushroom, and it has a separate mycelium under the substratum, and mycelium produces a white or cream colored umbrella shaped fruiting bodies above the substratum. You can see the fruiting bodies umbrella shaped, right? So, and these fruiting bodies are also considered as basidiocarps, and a basidiocarp, this fruiting body consists of, you can see it, that it is a stalk-like stipe. A stalk-like stipe is present, and a cap-like pileus. Okay, and a cap-like pileus is present, and pileus is, what is the shape of the pileus? Pileus is the circular umbrella shape, and bear a number of vertical plate-like structures called gills. So in the lower portion you can find some number of vertical structures which are called as gills, and gills bear club-shaped basidia on either side. Okay, so these are the some identifying characteristics of mushroom or Agaricus. Come to the next, that is the liverwort. Okay, so next specimen is liverwort. So this is the liverwort, and this also comes under the kingdom Plantae. Division is Bryophyta, and its scientific name is Rixia. Okay, its scientific name is Rixia. And what are the different identifying characteristics it is having? That it also grows in damp, humid soil, and mainly it can be found in the hilly areas. Okay, and the plant body is dorsoventrally flattened, dichotomously branched, thallus. You can see that these are the thallus type of structure. That means the root stem leaves are not differentiated properly. So this is dorsoventrally flattened. So these structure characteristics you can see it from the specimen. So dorsoventrally flattened and dichotomously branched thallus, and the thallus, if you can see it in the close view, you can find it that the thallus is having a mid-rib on the dorsal side. Okay, and some scales and rhizoids are also present on the ventral surface. So Rhizoids, I have mentioned that these are having some rhizoids, and rhizoids are usually unicellular, colorless or tubular, and these rhizoids are helping in the anchorage and absorption. Okay, and their sex organs and saprophyte are also embedded in the thallus. Okay, so these are the main identifying characteristics of liverwort or Riccia. Next one I will show you. That is the Diopteris or fern. Scientific name is Diopteris and the common name is fern. That is the leaf part, and this is the another full part. Okay. This is also a fern. So, Diopteris that also comes under kingdom Plantae, and its scientific genus name is Diopteris species, and it is commonly called as male fern, and it is a perennial land plant, and it also grows in cool, moist, shady places. Okay, and their plant body is saprophyte and differentiated into root, stem, that means underground rhizome, and pinnately compound leaves. So you can find it that these are having pinnately compound leaves. You have read about the different type of leaves. These are having pinnately compound leaves. Okay, and they are having some differentiation in their young leaves and the mature leaves. Okay, and the spore are haploid, which give rise to heart-shaped structure, which is called as prothallus. Prothallus part is not there, but it is the main characteristics of that Diopteris. Okay, so their stem is a rhizome, young leaves have sarcinate and bare diameter, leaves pinnate, and these are the main characteristics of Diopteris or fern. Next one is pine. Okay, so in case of pine, I will show you the male and female cone of pine. So this is the female cone of pine. This is the female cone of pine, and this is the male cone of a pine. Okay. Okay, so its scientific name is Pinus roxburghii. Its kingdom is Plantae, and genus is Pinus, and it is class is the gymnosperm, and species is roxburghii, and it also grows in the temperate and subtropical regions on the slopes of the hills. Okay, this plant can be grown on the slopes of the hills, and the plant body is sporophytic. It is a evergreen tall tree differentiated into root, stem and leaves. And root have taproot system and often associated with mycorrhiza. Okay, and stems are covered with bark, and as we have shown you that the leaves are mainly, in case of pines, it is having two types, scale leaves and foliage leaves, and pinus tree is usually monoecious, and it bears both male and female cone. Now in case of male cones, these male cones borne on clusters on long branches, and each male cone is ovoid, brown in color and narrow at the base and broad at the apex. Okay, and a number of membranous microsporophylls are arranged spirally at its axis, and each microsporophyll bear two microsporangium bearing winged microspores or pollen grains. As you know that male part will carry the male gamete, so these will carry microsporophylls, and from that microspores or pollen grains will be produced. And another part was the female part. Female cones born usually on singly, male cone born on clusters, but female cone born usually singly on the long shoots, and each female cone is cone shaped and bears large and woody megasporophylls. So male cone will bear microsporophyll and female cone will bear megasporophyll, and each megasporophyll bears two ovules on its dorsal surface, and ovules will mature into winged seeds. Okay, so what are the different diagnostic features of pine? That it is evergreen, woody, perennial plants, and it's having presence of long shoots and dwarf shoots, and reproductive organs are cones, and their seeds are naked as they comes under the gymnosperm. Okay, and the last one I will show you today, that is lichen. Okay, so this is the lichen. Already you have read about the lichen. That lichen are some symbiotic association, and the association is in between fungi and algae. So lichen is a symbiotic association between fungi and algae, and where they will grow, lichens will grow on land, rocks, tree trunks, walls of houses, like dry vegetation. Okay, and this is a thallus type of structure, and in this association, in this lichen, the alga are considered as phycobiont, and the fungi are called as mycobiont. Okay, because in this type of association, one will help them to get the food and another will get shelter. Okay, so and these lichens reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation, and some asexual mode of reproduction also can be seen. Okay, these lichens may have some forms like crustose lichens, foliose lichens, fructicose lichens. Okay, but you have to know about the in general characteristics. That means what are the different with which structures this type of symbiotic association is there, and which one is called as phycobiont and which one is called as mycobiont, and why they are called so. Already I have discussed all this in my theory class. Okay, so this is the lichen. So for today that's it. Today in my next class I will discuss about the other parts which I have left today. Okay, so for today that's it. Clear everyone? Any doubt? Any question? And the pointing and the characteristics you will find it in the book. Okay, so you have to write it down. I have mentioned how you have to write it down in the practical copy. Okay, so thank you and bye bye.